All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Born ready, baby.
There it is, baby. There's that music. Woo! I'm ready to go today. Look at me. I dressed for the occasion.
You must have done a workout this morning.
Bro, I'm trying to leave as much skin on the table as possible.
Well,
Did you bring shoes today?
Nah.
he drove here barefoot.
I like
Illegal.
that. That is illegal. That's like police.
Nah.
Yeah.
They won't. This isn't live. Don't worry.
I'm your host, Forrest Galante, the broologist, joining me in his 1980s. What's the 1980s workout guy? Remember with the
Richard
sweatbands?
Simmons.
His Richard Simmons look.
Yeah.
Are those fat tire sweatbands?
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome,
Dude, living it up.
Peter hit the elliptical this morning. He's
Oh,
full
my
of energy.
God. 5 a.m.
I
I,
like
did
it.
that
Wash it
elliptical.
down with some brewskis.
Hopped
Drinking a
off at
beer.
5:03.
That's Peter.
Cheers,
He
buddy.
is PhD'd in podcasting, the broologist.
Cheers.
And in between the two of us, looking less workouty,
Yeah.
Papa P himself,
I can't work out. My collarbone's not healed.
still pretty bad.
He's crooked.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been like
Terrible.
2 months.
Yeah, he's dying.
That's awful.
What's going on, guys?
I got something I want to talk about. Saw this on Instagram a couple days ago,
Yep.
and it was shocking
Okay.
to me
What do you got?
because I started reading the comments. It was a question,
Okay.
and I started reading the comments, and I was like, "We live in a pretty dumb country." But so I want to
Say no more. I agree.
So I want to throw it out to you guys. Okay, if you bought a cow for $800
Yes.
Mm.
and then sold it for $1,000,
Mm.
and then you bought that same cow back for $1,100
Mhm.
and then sold it for $1,300,
Mhm.
how much have you profited?
Okay, sorry, I wasn't adding. I
Zero.
thought there was a bigger story.
$0.
800 to 1,000, so you make 200, and then you
You buy
sell
back.
Then you buy the same cow back for $1,100 and
You've
sell it
lost
for $1,300.
$0.
No. Wait. Hold on. So
It's amazing.
you've made 200 and then you lose 100. Fuck, I don't know.
Wait, no, hold on. So then you sell it again for 1,100.
No. You buy for $8, sell for $1,000.
Okay, so
Then
you
you
made
buy-
$200.
Then you buy the same cow back for $1,100
Okay.
and then you sell it for $1,300.
So you've given
So-
away 100, so you've made 100, and on the third try, you sell for 1,300, and you've lost $200.
No, you made $400.
you made $400.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you sell it on the last one.
Yeah,
That's it.
sorry,
Yeah.
I just wasn't doing the numbers. Yeah, you made $400. You made $200 each time.
Dude, you should see the arguments people are in on Instagram, screaming at each other in all caps because people can't wrap their head around that you made $400.
Well, why?
They're like,
It's-
because you lost. When you buy the same cow back that you just sold for $1,000, you lose $100. It's like,
No,
they're not separate.
They're two different things.
90% of people do not think you've made $400.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it took me a second. You had to explain it
Well, and
twice. so I
Retep also
understood.
said you've lost $6,000.
No, I said you lost 200 because I went with the last one that you bought for 1,300 instead of selling it back for 1,300.
he was accounting for the depreciation.
yeah.
Were you
Yeah.
accounting for
Depreciation.
inflation?
I was accounting, that's for sure.
Anyway, I just was, it was interesting.
It's
weird,
animal
man.
related too. I like that.
It's a weird place, the internet, and that you can argue with strangers over shit you know nothing about.
It's insane, and
Yeah.
it really lets people show their true colors.
I'll say this: the second you said that you dove into the comments of an Instagram post, I was like, oh yeah, like that's all I do. That's what Reddit is. Like I
Right.
won't
Yeah.
even look at the post. I'll just go right to the comments to form my opinion about it.
Speaking of incredible things on the internet, Kyle, can you pull up the thing I sent you on the WhatsApp? This is kind of, wait, before you do it, do the jingle, because this is kind of newsy. It's not really in the news. We're making our own news. Is that okay?
That's break news.
All right.
I'm in the business of breaking news.
Sir, news from the underground.
What's in the news? Look at this. This isn't my news. It's not even news.
Is that a dog tongue? What's
That is
happening?
That is the Jungle Doctor, who's a great follow on Instagram, by the way.
Okay.
And he, I don't know whom with, has figured out that if you put an Apple Watch on a sedated lion's tongue, you can measure its heart rate while transporting it. So what you're
Wow.
seeing here is real-time monitoring of the sedated lion
yeah,
through an Apple Watch doing the fitness tracker.
that's great advertisement for the Apple
But
Watch.
talk about fucking cool adaptive technology that
Genius.
I don't know who was the first person to be like, hey, let's strap an Apple Watch onto this lion's tongue.
Yeah.
I love this. I think it's so great.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a heart rate monitor, right? So
Yeah.
This is-
that's it. I mean,
this
that's
is-
all there is to it. But who's thinking of that? I wouldn't have thought of it.
But you-
I've never owned an Apple Watch, but I wouldn't have If I was moving a sedated lion, I wouldn't be like, let's strap my Apple Watch to its tongue
You
and
probably
monitor
would've.
its vitals.
But
Yeah.
what about, I mean, like you've had to come up with ideas like this out on your adventures. Might not be in technology related, but you did the meat tree, for example. I mean, that's just as ingenious.
Thank you, first of
It's
all.
more genius than inventing an Apple Watch. No doubt.
I just like this adaptive technology thing. And it said here in the Jungle Doctor's post that they've shown that it even works on elephants when taped to their ears. So basically anything with a heart rate, if you can find a good place for the beats, right? For the heartbeats. But I just think it's so cool.
Can you strap it to
Your pee-pee?
I was going to say, what if you strapped it to a mussel's penis?
A mussel's penis. A
Why a
barnacle's
mussel?
penis.
A barnacle's
The
penis.
giant barnacle penis.
Well,
I don't
take
know.
its-
I don't even know if a barnacle has a heart rate. I mean, it must.
It's annoying being around someone with an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Just this.
Oh, yeah. Text message.
Dude.
Like,
My buddy, I was just working with him on a shoot, and we would just be in the middle of an important conversation, and he would just go,
reading a
Yeah.
full-on text, looking at a picture.
Yeah, I could see that.
and I'm like, bro, I'm not going to repeat what I just said, and it's your job to remember what I like. But it's crazy. I think that you like get this little vibe. I don't know how it works.
Oh, yeah.
But like you see people just their wrist
Yeah,
migrating
it's
up to
just
their
your phone.
face.
It's just your phone on your wrist.
Well, think
right?
about how addicted we
guess.
are to our phones checking notifications. Like,
You have your phone in your pocket and on your wrist.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
At the same
It's
time.
even more like distracting because you're just like, oh, like you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to go in the pocket. Just like, oh,
Have you ever had one? Apple Watch? Either of you guys?
Nah.
nah, I
No.
got one for my
Kyle,
wife.
you strike me as an Apple Watch guy, yeah?
No, I bought a knockoff one off the internet.
How did that treat you?
I used it for a week.
Did you off a Temu because it didn't work?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, never. I tried getting a watch. I bought a knockoff Rolex when I was in college.
Uh-huh.
It was like $20.
Yeah.
In New York City.
Yep.
Thought it would be cool. Maybe girls would think I had a lot of money or something.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Well, I didn't wear it
Why not?
because it calls attention to my feminine wrists. It really does. It's like I can't.
Here,
can't
you
wear-
want one of these?
I
Oh,
don't.
I look cool in those. Yeah.
I couldn't
give me
do the
one of those.
ring. I tried the wedding ring forever. This thing does. I do the Whoop fitness tracker.
I thought you were doing the Aura ring bullshit.
No, never. Only this.
You
thing.
had a ring on. You did.
Never.
Is the Aura ring the Goop thing? The Gwyneth Paltrow thing?
I don't know. It's a ring that
That's
basically.
an egg that you put in your bum.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a ring Fitbit. There it
Yeah,
is.
that's what this is. It's a wrist Fitbit. But that's no, I've never done the Aura ring. I
Okay.
can't wear rings. I can't stand them. I cannot
They
stand
do,
the
they
feel of
definitely do like whenever I'm lifting dumbbells or something, like I'll just pinch this fat part of my finger in there and I'm like, well, then I gotta take it
It's
off.
awful.
He's such a fitness guy now.
I know. You're
Whenever
such a
I'm
bro.
lifting dumbbells.
You know what, dude? I bought my wife this expensive ass fucking ring and she never wears it.
Yeah.
That's
What's
because she
up with
wants to
that?
fuck other guys.
Hey now.
You're killing,
As long
killing
as she
Kyle
asks
over
me.
there.
Sorry, that
Just
was not
kidding.
podcast appropriate.
Well,
Because she wants to
I
have
don't know what to
sex
say
with
to
other
that.
guys. I'm sorry I said it the way I did.
Do you wear a Nuva ring as a cock ring?
What is that?
Aura ring, I mean, as a cock.
I don't even know the products we're talking about.
because his penis is as small as a pinky. That's all I'm saying.
Mean.
This is a good start, and our sponsors are going to love it.
Yeah.
All the filthy talk. I have an idea.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to kick things off in a way that we rarely ever do.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. I think I know what time it is. No, shut up. This
Yeah.
early in the show?
Why not, man?
It better be something for a layman.
Why? Because you don't have Google?
I'm not warmed up enough.
I thought you were nice and warm. The Battle Royale.
Let's go.
We haven't done one. We didn't do one last pod.
no, we
I don't
didn't.
think we've
You're
done
right.
one in June.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, it's time now.
So we owe one.
Yeah, one.
We also own one. There's a game you can buy.
That's true.
Go buy the game.
I got one. I got one here.
Okay.
I don't know who made it up. Maybe a
I'm like
Broscience.
on edge. I've never done the Battle Royale this early in the
It's
show.
so
I don't know what to
going
do.
on.
It's tough. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in a plane
Okay.
flying over the Himalaya mountains.
Oh, boy,
Heard
I
of
don't
it.
even know where that is.
He doesn't.
It's fine. Mount
that in
Everest is
Indonesia?
there. It's one of those.
Is it in Indonesia?
So you're in a plane flying over the Himalayas.
Norway?
It's not in Norway. Just
my
very high mountains with
Just-
lots of
Okay,
snow and
think
bad weather.
less. Think less.
All right.
Lots of bad weather and snow. Suddenly, really bad turbulence hits. Your Jack and Ginger flies up, hits the ceiling of the plane,
Don't like that.
Might as well end it.
crashes.
Wow.
Everyone's dead except you. You're fine,
Okay.
Oh, boy.
weirdly, but you're stranded in the Himalayas,
Yep.
Oh,
and
boy.
you've got a buddy with you.
Okay.
Construct this buddy
Oh, my goodness.
Got it.
using head,
Mm-hmm.
body,
Mm.
and the special ability of an
Okay.
animal. This animal is going to help you survive, defend you from threats like the Yeti, which we know exists.
Of course.
Help get you around.
Yep.
Maybe you want to try to get out of there.
Yep.
Go.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I like it. I like it. Should I go
Start.
first?
Snake draft. We'll just go like this.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go early. I'm going to take the body of a polar bear. Big, cuddly, warm.
It's a good pick.
I can
That's a good pick.
snuggle up. I can
Shoot.
I can be
Yeah.
little spoon inside of his big spoon polar bear.
It's really smart.
If Himalayas are very cold, especially high up, I'm going to need that body warmth.
Yeah.
Also good
It's
protector.
big, so everything scales to that.
Yeah, I can ride him if needs be.
Soft. It's like a
assuming
big
he's my buddy.
blanket, not
Yeah.
like a hippo or something.
Right. No, lovely.
Good at hunting in the snow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice pick.
Thank you.
Wowzers, trousers.
Yeah. Okay, that's smart. That's
No,
smart.
It's a good pick. I'll admit it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's usually how the games work.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the special ability. I'm just gonna do it. Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the special ability of a golden eagle.
Okay.
And its amazing flight speed. Because
Okay.
once I scale that up to my body, I'm just gonna sit on it and we will be at Everest Base Camp in 15 minutes.
You're back at flight.
Yeah.
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 It's like you
Going-
never crashed.
I'm flying out
Going
of
for
there.
the win.
Okay.
I mean, you can't really compete against that, but I mean,
You can try.
well, I mean,
You
I
should
could just
try.
I'll just take any bird. All right, but no, hold on.
No, all birds are off the table.
I'm gonna go with the body. Gosh darn it, that polar bear is real good.
The body of Bobby Flay.
Nah, the body of Pat's mom. No, just kidding. Damn it, I want to take bear.
It's
I
very
can't think of
dirty.
another.
No, you can't take a bear. Bear
I
is
know,
off the table.
bear
bear
is
and
still
golden
there.
eagle. You can
Bears
pick
are-
any one of the other 8 trillion animals. You just can't pick those two.
I'm trying to think of a soft, large animal.
No, that
I can-
style is done. You need to move
No,
on.
you can
shut
take
up! I
other
can take other
styles.
styles. You son of a bitch.
Just pick one though.
Relax.
Dead air.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go with the body of a gorilla. Then fuck off.
What do you like about it?
It's a soft, hard body.
Furry, huggable.
Yeah, and can pull you in. You ever seen them with their young, which is what I would be.
He's gonna,
That's true.
Die in about half a second.
Okay, and now you're up for one more.
Look at that.
Head
Oh
or
shit! I
special
gotta do
ability?
another one. All right, so I'm gonna have the special ability of a hagfish. So he could cover me in slime, and I'll be nice and warm.
That's ingenious.
Thank
Does
you.
a hagfish's slime have like warming? Is it like an insulation?
Oh,
No.
of course. It's always.
not.
How do you know? You've looked into this?
It's just a known thing. It's no
Get outta
insula-
here.
It's just slime. It's
It
just
is
goopy
not a known
slime.
thing. The
Goes
size
in your toothpaste.
I
Of
think it might
gor-
make you colder.
Wait,
by
does it really?
Getting you
Yeah.
wet.
It's in your toothpaste.
That's what they harvest it for, is toothpaste.
Are you kidding? Anyways,
That's amazing.
have you ever had toothpaste on your face? It keeps it warm.
Have you?
Yeah.
You spread toothpaste on your face occasionally?
Listen to me. I'm talking here. Visualize this, Forrest. We've got a gorilla-sized hagfish. So the special ability, it's coming out like the size of a gorilla. I will be covered like a cocoon
Wet.
of hagfish. No. Wet on the outside, dry on the inside.
Kyle, are you able to cut him out of this podcast, or is that going to be a tough
I
edit?
actually think that's
That's good.
A bizarre. It's truly a strange pick.
It's good. I think out of the box. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's smart.
How do I find out if my toothpaste brand that I use uses hagfish secretion?
I don't
what
know.
does it
Can you
say
look that
on
up
the
quickly, Kyle?
ingredients?
Hagfish slime toothpaste?
Oh my God.
I
All
mean-
right.
I mean, we should release a tooth. We should create a product that's a tooth. It's just pure hagfish goo.
That's it. It's
It should
just
be-
the slime.
Why
Get
have
Gwyneth Paltrow to say that it works.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Why have I never seen a hagfish-shaped toothbrush?
That's a good question.
All right.
All right.
So I'm going to add to my incredible flying ability that's going to get me out of there. I want it to scale up because I want to get out of there quick. I
yeah.
don't like. I'm probably wearing these sneakers on the flight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And because I wasn't.
Those are the only shoes I've ever seen
I'll
you
be
wear.
in these
Yeah.
shorts
These
if
are-
you want to get a peek on the flight.
So I'm a big
All right.
body, but I'm not going to go blue whale. Just Kyle fucked me last time I tried blue whale.
Yeah,
he
that's
really
true.
did. He's a
Um,
bad
I don't
judge.
want it. I want.
Great judge, I won.
I do like the idea of long fur. So I'm going to go with the body of a Highland cow.
Ooh, nice. I was
Yeah.
thinking of that too before I went polar bear. I
Wow,
swear.
I'm just going to get lost
Just
in
how
its
warm.
fur.
That's what I was
Lovely
looking.
that would be.
Not as warm as it being.
I'm honestly
Catholic
just going to
screw.
crawl under it on all fours and then tell it to sit. And just have it sit on me and drape me.
That's what your wife says you do all the time.
That's what I do.
Oh,
Crawl underneath and
yeah.
go sit. All right.
All right.
Forehouse.
Okay, so I have the body of a polar bear. I'm going to give it the special ability of a mountain goat.
What's that? Jumping?
Very agile, very nimble, can walk up and down steep cliff faces.
All right.
Look
pretty
at
good.
that. Look at that climbing. We're crashed high in the Himalayas. I got to get out of there.
You
It's
could be
pretty
on a
good.
sheer cliff.
But I
Yeah.
mean, you can't beat a bird, so
You're right, and that's unlike you. I'm not just going to say the same thing he said. So,
Oh yeah, hagfish was the exact same.
no, but you're just like, I'm going to pick bird.
But I didn't, did I?
You didn't. This is true.
In the end, you were talked out of it.
This is true.
In the end, it doesn't really matter. Sorry.
Licensing issues.
Perfect, because I nailed it.
All right, so I got
did.
the body of a polar bear, the special ability of a mountain goat.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all I need. So I'm just going to give it the head of Peter, just someone to keep me entertained.
Wow.
And because the brain's in the head.
Yeah,
So
well,
just
that
have
part's
a
less good.
But now
human-
you've already picked, sir.
Yeah, I'm
also,
fucked.
Also, clip
Just
this out.
walking in circles. It's like, I don't know what to do. Help me out here.
I made it to this fucking studio, didn't I?
Clip that
Barefoot
out, send it to
driving.
Forrest's wife. He picked a human for company, and it wasn't his wife.
No, it was Peter. It's Peter with those long, luscious locks.
Also
that
send it to
beautiful
Mitch. I
voice.
think Mitch will be more upset.
He's my work wife.
Ooh,
Yeah.
work wife.
Mitch is my work wife.
All right.
Um,
All right.
Okay. So I can fly. I've got lots of warmth.
Yeah.
I do want to. Can I give it a human head also, or
Sure.
is human taken?
I think everything's on the table at this point.
You know what pisses me off about you two? If I fucking try to pick a bird after he picks it, you can't do that. A furry animal, you can't do that. Pat's like, oh, can I do this? Yeah, of
No,
course.
no, I'm
Everything's
not
on
going
the
to.
table.
I thought you were also going to pick a human.
No,
so I was
I'm not.
letting
Listen,
it fly across the table.
It's a direct attack on me. Okay?
You know what it is? He did legs today, and he's full of testosterone.
There's so
that
much
he's not
tea
used to.
coursing through his veins.
That's right,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
All right, no, I won't go human head then.
Okay.
I'm going to be safe in case just as soon as we crash, before I jump on its back and we quickly fly to safety, in case we do get attacked by a Yeti or like creature, I
The
need
odds
to
are
give it
high.
an imposing head, a scary head. I'm just going to pop the head of a
Roseanne Barr.
no, the head of a Nile crocodile on there.
There you go.
That's terrifying.
Because a Yeti's going to come down and be like, I don't know what that is.
That's
Yeah.
true. No, nothing would.
But I think you've run into a bit of a problem there, mate.
I'm already at the hotel, but sure.
No, well, I mean, this crocodile head is going to be pretty heavy. Number one, it's not very
Scales.
soft.
Scales.
But
to
I
the
will
body.
say this. That's a lot of teeth. Are you going to dodge those teeth and those hard spikes on its head?
It's my buddy.
Yeah, it's his
Well,
pet,
I'm just saying by
I'm
accident.
gonna
You could
literally
accidentally be
Picture
punctured.
me on the back of a
Big
the
fluffy
cow
cow.
like the never-ending story.
that has tons
Yes.
of fur. I'm just going
That's
to
how I
grab
see
the
it.
fur as my reins,
That's
Okay.
smart.
and we're going to fly like 120 miles an hour.
So,
Okay.
Peter, you got a gorilla that can shoot hagfish slime out a noose.
that's
what,
right.
What kind of head are you going to give it?
Well, human, of course. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. It's on the table now.
Nah, I'm gonna give it the head of like golden retriever. I mean, what? Why?
Kiss it,
What
'cause
is
you
the
can
head?
kiss it.
Yeah, I could pet it like while I'm covered in hagfish oil. I can nuzzle
Oil.
it.
So you guys are going to like this.
Okay.
I have a new way of starting fights with my wife.
I'm very
yeah.
interested.
Great.
Oh, yeah. And you're not going to
Love
believe
this.
it. Rocket Money, our sponsor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get a notification when my wife goes to Costco because that's a large expense.
Oh yeah, it's like
So-
400.
So I'll be sitting in my office and I'll get a ping email from Rocket Money. You have a new large expense, $480 at Costco. And then for the 40 minutes it takes for her from checkout to get home, I'm just seething.
What are you doing?
Waiting for her to get home so I can attack her about the food that she's lovingly bought for me and my
And
family.
to cook for you as well. Yes.
Of course, yeah.
Well, I gotta say though, man, Rocket Money helps you stay on top of your finances. I get those emails, and I also get in fights with my wife.
Good.
She bought $300 in gifts for the teachers for my preschooler
Oh,
and my
my
infant.
goodness.
And I'm like, we're $300 over budget. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're like, we didn't budget for a bunch of satchels full of
Who
potpourri.
buys
That's it.
$300 worth of things for a
Insane.
preschool teacher?
Everyone, including my wife, everyone I know.
Why are there so many teachers? I'm sorry. Rocket Money is fantastic, though.
No, it's great. My wife and I got a bunch of our bills reduced just because we asked Rocket Money to do it.
Oh, I love
I'm
that.
like, how does this work?
I don't know. They
Is
just
it magic?
cancel it too. They cancel your
they're-
subscriptions.
Yeah, but they're just
Amazing.
like, yeah, this is $15 a month cheaper now. I'm like, well, cool. Let me go blow that on a really nice bottle of wine that I want to drink in the garage alone.
Yeah, it's nice.
Rocket Money is awesome. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. That's
Yeah,
important.
boy.
That's a good thing to do.
It's really good.
Absolutely.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when you use all the app's features.
Also known as one trip to Costco for my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/wildtimes. That's rocketmoney.com/wildtimes. One more time, just for safety, rocketmoney.com/wildtimes.
Pat, that's a great looking extra small shirt you got on there.
It's a
nice
medium.
fitted. Yeah, making you look very muscular, quite handsome. Brings the
Well-
green out in your eyes.
I'll tell you what. It's a little secret. We're going to let the Brosceners in on right now.
What is it?
If you're a skinny fat guy like me, I'm going to introduce you to Mac Weldon's silver long sleeve t-shirt. I've got like 6 of them.
Nice.
I look like I work out way more than I do when I wear them. They're fantastic.
It's a good habit. I'm a big fan of their undies too. It's so hot out. I sleep in their underwear. They're
Dude,
great
the AirKnit
sleeping
undie
undies.
is it must have come from outer space.
I got them
Because
on
the technology.
right now, baby. Ooh, feels good. Get timeless looks with modern comfort from Mac Weldon. Go to macweldon.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code WILD. That's MacWeldon.com and use promo code WILD because you get 20% off. We love you.
Forrest, if you had to do a shirtless shoot just in undies, would you wear your AirKnit briefs?
1,000% yes. And
How do-
I'd put a peacock on my shoulder because their slogan is peacocking is for the birds.
Yeah.
With the Mac Weldon undies.
That's so hot.
How do we make this happen? Can we do this in the studio?
Not until I get on Ozempic. Let me ask a real personal question here. Do you ever pull the lips of your dog back and kiss him on the teeth?
No, it's
No.
disgusting.
No, I would never do that either. I'm just asking for a
and
friend.
My dog's teeth are heinous.
Your dog's teeth are like the size of a...
But he's got these big lips and they're so cute, and I pull them back and I kiss him on the teeth.
I don't
That's
think there's
the-
anything wrong with that.
No, it's the sweetest thing you've ever said
Telling you,
to me.
I've heard of people doing this. I would never.
Yeah.
Have you ever expressed your dog's anal glands yourself?
No, I've never had to.
Yeah?
Thank God.
I've done it twice. My dog, 2 different times, has had that nasty fish stink.
Yeah,
Oof.
I've read about it. I don't want to experience it.
So for people that don't have dogs, this is my first dog.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know this was a thing. Dogs have these 2 anal glands that are like these 2
It's
little
grossing
grapes
me out thinking about
right
it.
next to their
Yeah,
anus.
you'll lick your dog's teeth.
Yeah,
True. And they express themselves naturally when they shit, but when you take them to the groomer, they just do it for you.
Yeah,
Oh, do they?
squeeze
Yeah.
them
Oh, I didn't
glands.
The
know that.
groomer always does it.
I didn't know that. My dog goes to groomer like once every 3 months, so that's probably why we've never had to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and ours does too. But if they don't shit, like if they're like not shitting regularly enough,
Mm-hmm.
the glands you'll start to smell them, and it's revolting.
I've heard that.
Like
yeah.
fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's terrible. And so I was just like, I have to watch a YouTube video. So I did it once like a year ago, and then I did it last week, and it's not fun.
No, it doesn't sound.
Do you
it
wear
doesn't
gloves?
Sound fun.
Gloves and a pair of workman's glasses.
No, that's
God,
smart. You don't want
Yeah.
that shooting in an eyeball. That
I'd have to kill myself.
you would have to kill yourself.
Hang on now.
Yeah.
So kind of
It's
just
pretty easy.
Oh,
And this oil comes out.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
You look at it and you almost puke from the smell if you
does
breathe.
the oils like on your hands
I'm
or
not
on your
enjoying
fingers?
this conversation.
No, it's on a huge wad of paper
Oh,
towels.
so you
right?
go in there, squeeze with one hand, and you have a paper towel?
I'm not going to get super graphic about it, but it's not that hard.
I want to know how much oil comes out.
Let's move on. This is
As-
revolting.
I
I got to know about this
a
oil.
1/10 of a teaspoon total.
All right, I think I'm going to switch my pick to the anal glands of a
For a head.
special.
That's the
the
head.
special ability of a dog.
Was that super gross? See, I don't
It's
like
heinous.
gross stuff, but that.
It to me, I don't know. I like poop and butt stuff. For me, is just a no
but you're
go.
licking your dog's teeth left and right.
That's fine.
You guys
your
are
main
weird.
method of cleaning them is your tongue.
Like
Oof,
that.
At least
Yeah.
it's not hagfish oil.
Okay. All right. Well, that was something.
Yeah, I won.
Yeah.
You did.
Sorry.
And you know what you won?
You did.
You know what you won?
What did I win?
$5,000.
Oh,
That is a ton of money.
shit.
No, you didn't.
You could do a lot with that.
I didn't.
But people can win 5,000.
I want a hagfish.
Kyle's not eligible, but Kyle, if the Wild Times Venmo'd you $5,000, what would you do with it?
I'd probably buy a bunch of dogs.
Red Lobster Day.
He's out of his mind.
No.
Bunch of dogs.
Dude, you could go to Iceland. You could
Sure.
go visit the northern fjords
You're
of
gonna
Iceland.
buy
That's
a bunch of
$12,000.
bunch
dogs?
of dogs.
That's true. That
fucking
would
weird
that would
thing to
inhibit
say.
me from going
What the
anywhere.
fuck? A bunch of
Buy
dogs.
a bunch
Look,
of dogs.
All I'm saying is we talk about travel, vacations, wildlife adventures,
Yeah.
all this stuff. We are going to pay for you to do it.
yeah,
That's right.
anything
We
you
are
want.
giving away $5,000. You got 6 days left. June 30th, the Leatherman contest closes.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Remember
Promo
this
code
guy?
expires.
Remember this guy?
The Extinct or Alive wrap gift.
That's
Wait, what's
right.
The whole
that?
crew. Yeah.
What is that? You guys
There's
got a
a Leatherman.
personalized Leatherman?
We sure did.
5 years ago, Forrest gave the wrap gift to the whole crew as a personalized Leatherman
Oh my God, that's so cool.
because we all use them. Everyone
They're the best.
Yeah.
loves to have at least 10 of them.
How do you enter in this competition to win $5,000 to do your dream adventure, Pat?
You just make a video and post it to Instagram
Mhm.
and tag at the Wild Times Pod.
That's right. At Wild Times Pod and at Leatherman Tools.
That's all you have to do.
But Peter, there's only one winner.
No.
2 winners,
What?
2 $2,500 cash prizes.
What?
That's right. 2
I-
literally just
opportunities.
cash in your account.
I knew
Take
this.
a trip.
Just trying to set it up.
It's
in a cool way.
crazy not to enter. There's no real rules here, right?
Right.
So Father's Day already happened. We talked about how Leatherman's a great Father's Day gift. If you missed that boat, buy one for yourself.
Yeah.
Get 10% off,
right.
right? So until the 30th, Wild Times 10, enter that promo code at checkout. You'll save 10%. Make a video about why you bought the Leatherman. Just talking about it. Make a funny joke about a friend that wouldn't even know how to use their Leatherman if they got
Right
one.
here.
What else for us? What else could they do?
I'm going to give you a little joy.
Yeah.
Save yourself. Buy 4 at once. Put 1 in your car, 1 in your tackle box, 1 in your house, and 1 to carry. And that's what you do. You have 4 of them, and they're everywhere, and you never need anything else. Anytime you're around somebody, they're like, oh, man, I really wish I had a pair of scissors. You're like, guess what? I do. Bam. One of your tools. Pair of scissors.
It's nice.
Peter, you're known as the dad at the park who always has a Leatherman on him.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
right.
like you've really embraced that.
Yeah, of course. I
With his
wear it on
short
my
shorts.
belt. Yeah, my short shorts. Yeah, the other dads, they look up to me now. They're like, hey, my kid's caught in this swing chain. Can you come and pry it open?
That's
for me with
happened a
Leatherman?"
lot, huh? That's like a weekly thing
You
for
gotta
you.
have your
He's
Leatherman
tangled.
visible. Yeah.
So yes, it's really easy to enter. You make the video, you post it, you got 6 days. Whichever video is the funniest just makes us laugh the most.
Yep.
2 winners.
$2,500.
That's right.
$2,500 to the most original.
Easy.
The world is your oyster.
You can win both.
and if it's good enough,
Yeah.
and it's the funniest and the most original, someone's winning $5,000.
And we'll probably hire you to be on the show in some capacity, possibly.
So don't be crazy. Enter if you like cash.
Yep. Go
That's
to
right.
wildtimes.club/Leatherman for all the details. Competition ends soon. Get them in. Get the videos in. Some of them are great to date. We need some more.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do it, baby.
So
No brainer.
Kyle had a good idea.
Uh-oh.
And Forrest, it's going to be a little test for you.
For me?
Great.
No, more for Forrest. But
Okay, good.
For
This
you
goes
too.
well every time for me.
All right.
What is it?
Here we go. Ready?
Sure.
I'm going to see how much you know about each of these.
Okay.
'Cause this is fascinating.
Okay.
Because what's your main area of expertise? Like if you had to pick one segment. of what-
Herpetology. Reptiles.
right?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
snakes reptiles?
Absolutely.
Let's see how much you know about snakes.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
These are the top 10 snakes. So yeah, we're going to test your knowledge of snakes a little bit.
Let's go.
He gets very angry when he's not as smart as he thinks he is.
See how
Correct.
much
I
you know.
like this.
Most of every day.
It's a list. It's a top 10 list. People are going to be amazed. The top 10 biggest snakes
Ooh.
to ever live on planet Earth.
Okay.
Oh,
And
wow.
at the end, I'm going to have some breaking news.
Okay. Thank God I didn't have to count down from
Yeah.
10 to I wouldn't
No.
have got him. I would have got number 1 and then lost
I'm
it.
going to name the snake. You say how long. It's by length.
Okay.
How long you think it is, and then just tell us what you know
And
about
this is
it.
the largest individual ever recorded.
Yeah, the 10 biggest snakes ever to live.
Right. But when you say the species, I have to guess the largest one.
Correct.
Got
It's
it.
the biggest one that's
Got
been
it.
found.
Got it. Okay.
Number 10, terrifying animal.
Is Peter going first?
No,
For each one?
I can't guess. Well, I don't know 10 snakes.
No,
This
I'm
is
going to
true.
say the name of the snake.
Oh, okay.
Just say how long you think the biggest
Where
one.
I
have you
could do
been
that.
for the setup of this
King.
game?
I don't understand things
Yeah, I
correctly.
bungled it. The king cobra.
Okay. So I'm supposed to
I
guess the length?
I'm surprised that these get this big.
They're very large snakes.
I'm gonna go with 5'8".
5'8". That's
I'm
I mean,
5'10", Pally.
To be honest, coming
that
in at number
big?
10, that's not a terrible guess. It's really not.
I was like, is it
Okay.
too big or too
no,
small?
it's not a terrible guess. So king cobras, I think it's important to give a little background here. Is
I'm
that
sure
okay?
you've seen them in the wild.
I have, yeah. I saw Eucals dive into a bush and grab one too when we were in Myanmar. They're the largest species of cobra. They eat other snakes. Basically, any snake with the word king in it eats other snakes. That's where the title king comes from. King snake, king cobra.
Was
Yeah,
the cobra you threw at me in Vietnam a king cobra?
No, that wasn't.
Shit.
Sorry.
Love that story.
But king cobras do get big. They get really big. I'm going to say the largest one ever recorded was 14 feet.
Oh, so I was too short. Jeez.
18.7
Holy
feet.
shit. That's huge.
Think about how long that is.
That's almost 2 basketball
Kyle,
lengths.
do me
Yeah.
a favor and quickly Google like king cobra length. I get that the largest one ever was 18, but I like just do-
You're trying to
and-
find
and
an
this-
average one?
Yeah.
This was
yeah.
measured. This is in the Guinness Book of World Records. This was at the London Zoo in the 1930s. This
This was
specimen.
a zoo kept snake.
Yeah,
even.
this wasn't like, Dilly on YouTube saying
Yeah.
he measured an 18-foot snake.
Yeah.
You see, so your average size is 10 to 12. I thought 14 was a pretty safe guess, being 2 feet larger than
Yeah.
that.
Sure, yeah.
Wow, those are some
18 is crazy, dude.
dude.
18.7
That's a highly
feet.
venomous, crazy,
That's-
aggressive snake.
Yeah.
The rest of these, I'm fairly certain, are going to be pythons and boas.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Which are still scary. Don't get me wrong. And an 18-foot anaconda is gnarly, but an 18-foot king cobra is like another level of gnarly.
It's because of
crazy.
the venom.
Yeah.
You want to hear a fun fact?
I do.
This snake at the London Zoo in the 1930s, when the outbreak of World War II started, they killed the snake because they were worried that the zoo might get bombed and that it would escape into the city.
Wow.
I mean, I kind of get it.
Listen,
Can you
I-
imagine if there was an 18-foot cobra running around your city?
Yo,
Are they venomous?
Highly.
I would have taken the snake and dropped it as a bomb onto Germany, dude. Are you
throw
kidding
it
me?
in a soft pillow.
Yeah.
Why would they kill it? Just parachute
No,
it down.
I agree with you on that. That part sucks, but that is crazy. That's a crazy story. Wow.
All right.
I'm blown
Number
away.
9, Burmese python. Or as
Okay.
Forrest would say, Burmese python.
Python. I've actually
I would.
seen one of these, and I know that it was my sized, so like 6 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and say 24 feet.
Okay, if the king was at 18.7, that's huge. Berm. I'm going to say 22.
18.8.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
a little disappointed here.
What do you know about it?
The Burmese python? I had one named Willie. Willie Eat Me. True story. Yeah, found him in a creek. He'd eaten a lady's cat.
Wow.
And I built him a cage and used to feed him pigeons that I'd sniper off of the telephone wire.
Was this back in Africa?
No, it's in Cayucas, California.
So it was like an escaped one.
Yeah, it was somebody's
Okay.
escaped pet.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Burms are a very big snake. They're one of the heaviest snakes in the world. As we know, they're running amok in Florida. Right?
That's
Like,
where the largest one ever measured
was in
caught,
Florida.
2022.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, damn, that recently.
Wow. And to be honest, yeah, I mean, I thought they got bigger than 18 feet. I thought
Yeah.
the biggest one would have been in the 20s.
But I think so. I mean, this just happened. There's potential for them to find one with them running rampant all over Florida. There could be a 25-foot one tomorrow.
Well, especially because, well, I don't think they'll ever be at 25, but especially because in Florida, they, as we've talked about many times, they have no natural predators and basically unlimited prey.
Yeah.
Right. And like all reptile snakes basically grow until they die.
Dude,
So-
they are decimating their own prey source, though, quickly.
Oh, yeah. 80%
Florida.
reduction in mammalian populations in the Everglades.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild
What
stuff.
were those? Were you killing nutria rats in Louisiana? Those invasive
Yeah, I went
rats?
on a nutria hunt.
Sorry, but
Yeah.
but like, why don't they just put the pythons out in Louisiana to take
That
out
is
those nutria rats?
that mentality right there is why everything's broken.
that's why I'm
well,
not
wait
in
a minute.
charge.
Why don't they just put the
Are you
python?
the
Yeah.
wildlife commissioner of New Zealand?
That's right. Put some cane
Exactly.
toes out there, baby.
Seriously, that's brutal.
Fun fact: pythons can follow their noses back to their home home nest over 20 miles.
Just follow your nose.
Just follow your nose.
Just follow your nose.
All right, number 8, Cuban boa. What do we know about this? How big is it, Forrest?
I 100% would have said the Burms got bigger than Cuban boas. Cuban boa is obviously a boa species endemic to Cuba. They are a large snake. I'm going to go 19 feet.
I'm gonna go 19.2.
Okay.
19.6.
Price is right. You got it.
Tell me about the Cuban boa.
It's the largest snake in the Caribbean. There's a lot of ground boa species throughout the Caribbean. There's a Bahamian boa, Cuban boa, blah, 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 throughout the Caribbean. But the Cuban is by far the largest.
Okay.
One of the reasons being Cuba is one of the largest islands in the Caribbean, right? So small islands, insular dwarfism, large island,
Got
bigger
it.
snakes. They also have, what are those crazy possum things in Cuba that they eat a lot? I'm blanking on the name now. The guys eat them. They actually eat them in Cuba.
A lush food source for the snake.
Kyle, you know what I'm talking about. Figure it out for me.
Did you say ground boa as opposed to sky
Solenodon.
boa?
I was going to
Solenodon.
say Cuban Solenodon. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to get laughed at.
No, that's what I was thinking of, the Solenodon. So yeah, they have a lot.
You miss
they have
100% of the shots you don't take.
True.
They have these mammals to eat, so it allows them to get larger because the Solenodon's there. Whereas on most of those other Caribbean islands, there are no mammals like that, right? So they're eating much smaller things, rats and birds and things like that. So
Also, the only known snakes to hunt in packs.
that's shenanigans.
Okay. I
Wait,
thought you
what?
might say that.
That's
It's
a
bullshit.
fascinating fact.
It's bullshit
though.
because
Kyle?
what happens is, I can explain it a little bit. So these snakes will hang out by cave entrances to get all the bats that are flying in and out. And you'll have 5 or 10 Cuban boas hanging out by the entrance of a cave where the bats are coming in and out. They're not hunting in packs.
They're not working together?
They're not working together. They're all there to eat the same thing.
Yeah.
And when the bat sees there's 4 boas over here, they fly over there to where there's 1 boa. And they're like, oh, look at that. They're hunting in packs. No, they're not.
It's
They're
like if
just
the
all
three-
there
it's like
eating
if-
the same thing.
If
So
the
it's like
three of
you're-
us
yeah.
went to a buffet and people said, "Oh, they're hunting in a pack."
Exactly. That's
Right.
exactly what it is. to
No,
me.
if you go to the Venetian and go to the fucking buffet line and you see people lined up at the crab legs,
Yes.
they're not hunting in a
Correct.
pack.
You're gonna end up on
Exactly
planet
right.
Earth. We're gonna end
Exactly
up
That's
right.
an
on the
amazing take.
Deep blue.
That's the smartest thing you've ever said.
Thank you. I did want to ask the stupidest thing I might ever say.
Sure.
You said a ground boa. Is that what you said?
yeah.
Are there different boas that are not ground boas? What-
Yeah,
Tree boas.
most of
Oh,
both.
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was just curious.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought you meant like sky or moon boa.
A moon boa. Yep.
I just crushed a magic mind. I'm already flying.
You feeling
tell.
just like, yeah.
He's got a glint in his eyes.
No, you know what it is? I desperately want to flip this table over.
It's like when Popeye eats the spinach.
Insane how that
Adderall.
works.
It's Adderall. It's organic Adderall.
There's a really fucking good chance I'm flipping it.
I'd have to drink one that's on the table. I'm gonna get fucked up here.
All right, number 7, Indian python.
Very mean, the Indian rock python. I would guess, okay, our Cuban boa is 19.6. They're all going to start getting close now. I'm going to say 20.1, 20.3.
I'm gonna
20.3.
I'm gonna stick in the 19s and say 19.9.
21 feet.
Okay.
Now,
Booyah!
now
Really closer.
we've crossed 2 basketball hoops now.
Yep.
That's true.
Now
Yep.
we're getting to the
Sure.
big ones. Why do you say they're mean?
Something about African and Indian rock pythons, they're related. Terrible temperaments. They just
Okay.
have the worst disposition. Maybe for this clip, I'll give Kyle a video of me catching an Indian rock python in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Awful. Like I walk up to it on the side of the road. Just like we weren't there. We were there on a Shark Week shoot, but I literally saw this big, like probably 11-foot python on the side of the road, and I was like, oh, I should save it so it doesn't go into the road and get run over.
Yeah.
As I'm walking up to it on the road, not even like stalking it or anything, it lunges and tries to bite me.
Wow.
They just have this crazy disposition of like just so defensive and aggressive.
Were you caught off guard because you were so surprised by how aggressive it was?
Absolutely.
Like
yeah.
did it almost get you?
You even sort of see me like shake and stop, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And then instead of my typical like run in and grab it, I pulled my hat off and shoved my hat in its
I'm
face.
surprised you didn't take Mitch's pants.
Very professional and very technical way of catching a snake.
Yeah, well, I let it bite my hat so I could grab it by the neck because it
Yeah.
was so
that
aggressive I
with my
couldn't get
kid.
around it.
Very technical. All right, we've heard of this one. Number 6, the reticulated python.
Big. I would have guessed Retic was number 2, actually. Or no.
Well,
Yeah, I
it's
would
gonna
have
be
guessed
a little-
Retic is number 2.
Little surprise for you coming up because
There
we might
must
have
be.
a new
'cause
discovery.
I can't believe this is at 6. Okay, so the Retic, if that one's at 21.
Keep in mind these are to ever live.
What
does that mean?
I see what he's doing.
It could be an
Ever?
extinct.
means there's
species.
ancient
Oh,
snakes
gotcha,
coming.
gotcha,
means
gotcha.
Titanoboa is sitting in 1, and I don't know what the other 4 are. Okay, so the Retic is 26 feet. Big jump. Big jump from the Indian rock python.
That's ludicrous, sir. I'm going with 23 and a half feet.
All right.
Ridiculous.
32! Sorry. I
That's
just saw it, but it was
ridiculous.
Oh, that's
insane.
good. That's
Yeah.
good pod.
I couldn't believe it. That blew my mind.
32.8.
Yeah. So look, it's widely recognized as the longest snake on Earth today.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is the last extant one, right?
Yeah, on average, they're 20 to 25 feet long. Even that seems
That's
pretty hefty.
huge.
I
That
would
is
say
big.
average, they're 20 feet long. But anyway, that's fine.
The
Can
length
I
of
see
a
a
school
picture of
bus.
this?
It was measured in 1912, the largest
Mhm.
reticulated python.
That's like one of those black and white pictures I imagine where there's like 30 people holding a
Yeah,
snake.
and everybody was 5'1" back then, so it makes it
Yes.
look 10 times larger.
Yeah.
What can I say? Retics are
Ridic.
Retics are ridic.
That's right.
Southeast Asia eat a lot of mammals, a lot of bats. They're the pigs they're the snakes that you see eating pigs and things like killing Barbaroussa and eating deer. And often those pictures you see where the snake with a giant lump in it, that's usually a retic.
Like a pig shaped lump.
Yeah, or you see like the whole body. In fact, I don't know if this is pod approved or not, but you can find pictures of, especially with the Aeta tribe, which is in the Philippines, of people being eaten by these retics.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's that snake we talked about before where it snatches children.
Yeah,
That's
the
crazy.
retic. Yeah.
Well, it's-
Also pretty terrible temperament, like pretty bad disposition. But yeah, this is
have you ever handled one?
many. Yeah, many. Yeah.
Now, how did you get that one's attention? Did you?
Well,
wave
I've
a
never
beer in
seen
front
one of
it?
these gigantic ones. I went looking for one. I think I told this story when I went to. There's the Aeta tribe, the next one over. That's the one where they eat people.
Wow.
They come out of the trees and into the huts and grab people.
Oh my God.
Agta, not Aeta. Sorry, I had it wrong. But quick sidebar, quick story. When I went to Komodo, I got fucked up with a fire Carl burn, blah, blah, blah. Went and saw the Komodo dragons. And on our last night, the guy we were staying with, his homestay, this was long before they had all the cool hotels and stuff. We were staying in this guy's house on the floor in Bintang Flores. And the guy goes, there's a cave with a giant snake. I was like, now you fucking tell me? And he's like, yeah, there's a cave with a giant snake. So the day of our flight was at like 1:30 in the afternoon. I dragged Jess. We were just boyfriend, girlfriend at the time. It's like, we're getting up at 4 a.m. and we're hiking into the jungle to find this cave to look for this giant snake. And she's like, all right, whatever.
Wow, she was happy to go. That's crazy.
Day of the flight, too. So we get up at like 3:30 in the morning, drive an hour, then get on a moped, go a moped hour into the jungle, and then hike about an hour. So it took forever.
Jeez.
And then we get to this cave, and he's like, the snake's in there. And I was like, holy shit, it's a huge cave, like bigger than this building, right?
Yeah.
And I start walking in, and I walk in, up my legs. It's guano. I'm up.
Oh
I'm
my God.
nipples deep in bat shit.
Did
and
she
there's just huge flying
hightail it
fox.
out?
Oh, Jess was like, yeah, you're in there on your own. She
Yeah.
came to where it got ankle deep in bat shit and was like, this isn't for me.
Ugh,
and I was like, I
boy.
gotta see this 20+ foot snake.
You've already gone this far.
Yeah, so I'm nipples deep in bat shit, and I'll keep the story brief, but basically we're cruising in. I just have this tiny little light, and I see this thing along the top wall of the cave. And I'm like, holy shit, there it is. And as I look closer, it's the skin, and I couldn't find the
wow.
snake, but it's up on this steep side of the cave.
Yeah.
And I try and climb up there, and I'm so covered in bat shit. It's like being covered in baby oil.
Oh,
Right.
And I'm like
God.
slipping down. I ended up literally head under in bat shit.
Oh God.
But I get up to the snake skin, and granted, the skins stretch when they take them off and they dry out and stuff. The
Yeah.
skin was well over 30 feet.
Wow.
Never saw the snake, just saw the skin. But
That
it was,
snake could have fucking eaten you in there, bro.
Oh, the guy we were with, the little Indonesian guy, was like, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like when I was walking in, I was like, I'm not gonna. I'll catch it. I'll be fine. It would have killed me.
I mean,
for
dude,
sure.
like you're in the guano. You can't get
I couldn't
around.
move. I was like walking like this
You're
through the
fucking
batch.
lucky,
robot.
dude.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Are we still talking about this?
Yeah, because I want to get to the big surprise.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Green anaconda.
Okay. Well, if this guy was clocked in at 32, because they're recognized as the longest snake in the world, the
Yeah.
retics, then this individual green anaconda came in at 34.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because I'll go 33.5.
Okay.
33, you got it.
So
Thank you,
just
baby.
a foot
Woo.
longer.
2 inches longer. Or no, what was
Yeah.
it? 33.6?
32.8 to
Yeah.
33.
Yeah, 2 inches longer or 0.2 inches longer.
Now, these are big,
0.4.
heavy snakes, up to 550 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, in 2016,
Man.
the 33-footer was found in
Oh, this
Brazil.
is a bullshit thing. This list is losing credibility.
Wait, why? What?
It's not a 33-foot snake. Everybody's seen this video. It's a big snake. It's like a 24, but it's not a 33-foot snake.
So that you're saying they faked the measurement?
no, this is all real. It's just an estimate.
Oh,
10
really?
Why
later
didn't they
snake.
measure it? Well, they got it right there.
I don't know. They first of all, they killed it at a site where they were cutting down trees illegally. So the whole thing is pretty.
Right, yeah.
That is a
Pretty suspicious.
massive snake.
It is. It
I-
is.
I think it's
Massive.
exactly 33 feet.
I'll take it. That's okay. Yeah. Anacondas are awesome. One of my favorite animals.
What about them? Why do you
just
love
think
them?
I mean, for probably 20 years, the number one thing on my bucket list was to go down to the Pantanal and specifically to Bonito, Brazil, and dive in the clear water with them. And I got to do it for that Mysterious Creatures show, and it was incredible. We caught a 21-footer, which is huge. Like a 33 is insane.
Are they dangerous?
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you're swimming with them.
Yeah, Jess and I caught a 21-footer on scuba. It was wild.
How did you catch it in the water?
I mean, Kyle could pull up a video if you like, but it was a whole thing. I missed the head, and then the snake went in, and I couldn't hold on to it. I was like this, like all my strength, me and Mitch and 3 other guys, trying to hold it, and couldn't hold it. And then it slid into the water, and then I'm like, give me my scuba gear. Put on all my scuba gear, dove into the river, couldn't fucking find it. Then all of a sudden it was slithering under me. Then I was trying to chase it, like corral it. This is me missing it right here. You can see the size of its body there for a half second. And I miss it here. So there it goes into the water, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, help, everybody grab the snake. But it's way too strong. 6 people couldn't hold the snake.
Yeah.
So we lose it, and then I like scream for my scuba gear, end up in the water, chasing it around. Finally, it's just mad panic. Like there's me trying to hold it. Yeah. Big
Mitch
snake.
is holding it while holding the camera.
I know.
And
always.
then whoever that blonde guy is just, I've never seen panic on someone's face like that.
Yeah, that's JQ, Johnny, the regular guys. But
that snake is as big as my thigh, by the way.
Yeah,
it's
much
as
thicker,
girthy as my thigh.
Much bigger. Go forward, Kyle, to where you'll see me in the water with it. There it is.
Just one
at
giant
this.
muscle.
Look at
So
that.
you quickly got the gear on?
Yeah, so I ripped the scuba gear on and we find it underwater. I'm trying to get a measurement because that's what it was all about. So this is a piece of string, not accurate. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, we got to catch this snake somehow.
Oh my God.
And so I stayed with it for about 40 minutes until it had to come up for a breath.
Yeah.
And had it come up for a breath anywhere but where it did, we never would have got it. So you see here, I'm ripping the gear off because I'm like, it's going to come up. There's Jess right there. I'm like, it's going to come up. It's going to come up. If it had come up anywhere near those sticks and bramble, we never could have got it because one coil, you can't do it. But for what, like right there, we never ever would have got it. Right.
Yeah,
and I'm like watching it this whole time. But by some miracle, it came up on the far side. You'll see it here. It comes up right there. And there's no sticks for its body to coil around.
Dude.
And I just launch at it and grab it. And then, it's this big wrestle. And sure enough, we got it.
Let's see them after they caught it here.
Wow.
The catch is pretty hectic. So there we are trying to fight it.
That's a big head, man.
That's a big snake.
That thing is
It's
huge.
the size of like my dog's head.
Yeah, it's a big snake.
You
And
got 2
literally
guys holding
everybody-
just the head. 2 guys holding
Everybody's
just
in.
the
I
head.
was like, drop all the cameras. And Mitch is like,
is that
I'm not
Johnny
dropping.
holding the head?
That's
Yeah.
Johnny on the head. Yeah.
Why
So-
didn't you just have Johnny press one of his knees into it?
I should have. That would have killed it immediately.
Yeah.
What's up with his knees again? I
They're
forgot.
sharp.
He's got the sharpest
yeah,
knees. of
Johnny
anyone.
Sharp knees,
Johnny
that's
Sharp
right.
knees. Yeah. But yeah, you'll see us somewhere here. We spread it out for the measurement.
So did the snake get exhausted?
Yes.
Oh, you wrapped the head up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wait. So I literally pulled a sock off and wrapped the head up.
How big was this baby?
19.6 or 19.8. I can't remember.
Damn,
it's a big
dude.
snake. You'll see. Look at the drone shot when we
Holy
release it.
crap, dude! That thing is
somewhere
enormous.
before there, Kyle. You see it fully stretched out, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that was a big dream for me to accomplish.
How do they
That's
how do they
cool.
breathe underwater? Do they have just like modified lungs, or do they have
No,
gills?
neither. They
a
breathe air.
reptile.
They just come up. They can hold their breath for like 40 minutes though.
So is that like no? A
No,
whale,
longer. Can you
a
look
whale
that up
has
quickly?
gills, right?
No.
No.
So they
They all
breathe
breathe
like
air.
a whale.
No.
Okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
Both whales and anacondas and many other animals breathe air, and they need to come up every 30 to 40 minutes. Well, different depending on
They
the
can just
animal.
hold their breath that long.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So I stayed with the snake for 40-ish minutes while it was underwater, waiting for it to come up for air. And it was, I mean, you don't see it, you can't tell in that little video clip. We probably covered 2 miles following the snake because it was cruising downriver, and I was just kicking my ass off the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
keep up
they
with it.
swim fast. Don't
Yeah.
Dude, so as far as swimming, and maybe I'm
Swimming.
an idiot.
and the swimming
how does the snake is able to swim just because of the way it positions its body?
Yeah.
It's just because it
Same
like
as
goes
it crawls.
What-
Yeah. Except much faster than we can swim.
Yeah, that's just wild to me. I guess
cool.
it's more like a fish than we are.
How is their stamina?
Like all reptiles, they have incredible bursts of strength and speed and then crash and then need to recharge.
Got it.
So like you see a lizard, right? They like bolt across your yard and then they stop.
Yeah.
That's them out. And lizards in specific can't breathe while they run. So they have to bolt and then stop and recharge and then bolt and stop and recharge. A lot of
Interesting.
reptiles are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we're into, but we can go through these fast.
'Kay.
Number 4, Gigantophis garstini.
Where'd it get its name?
I know nothing about this. It's obviously an extinct species of giant snake. Can we see a pic, Kyle?
This could be. I mean, this could be
Probably an artist rendering.
This could be 3 feet bigger, or this could be 300 feet bigger.
Yeah, that is so true.
Go to the taxidermied one.
I'm going to
Not
go
taxidermy, but the
second on. Yeah, I'm going to say based on that looks huge. I'm going to say 39 feet.
Ooh, I'm going bigger. I'm going 49 feet.
Okay.
All right, so it's around 34 feet. Lived 40 million years ago. 40 million to 23 million.
Discovered in Egypt. Wow.
In 1901.
Not big enough to survive those days. You got to be bigger. You got the megalodon in the water with you. You got everything else.
It says it used to eat prey as large as early elephant ancestors, which were about the size of a tapir, but still.
Okay.
Imagine
All
a
right.
snake eating an elephant. That's pretty wild.
All right, go to the next
That's
one.
big boy.
Yep.
Paleophis colossus.
That's a muscle. All right.
All right. I'm going to guess this guy. Whoa, this was a giant sea snake.
Hell
Holy
yeah,
shit,
dog.
that's cool. That's way
Wow.
cooler than just another big python.
Look at that color on
It's
it.
Wow.
just an artist rendering of a modern scuba diver with this ancient snake.
I've never even
About
heard
to
of
be
this. It's
swallowed
incredible.
by this ancient snake.
Okay, well, based on the little bad artist renderings, I'm going to say it was 44 feet long.
I'm going 49 again. F it.
39.
Okay.
Damn.
It's a sea serpent that was over parts of North America 100 million years ago. There's a 39-foot skeleton, fossilized skeleton in the Sahara.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I always say that mosasaur is my favorite extinct
Mhm.
marine reptile because if I say dinosaur, I get prosecuted.
You're done.
Yeah,
You're dead.
this is my new favorite one.
Paleophis colossus?
Yeah,
Yes.
you got to say it. What is it?
Paleophis colossus.
Paleophis?
Paleophis.
The
Paleo
tables
fish.
have turned.
The tables have turned, Kyle.
Oh, how the
All right.
turned have
Now
tabled.
here's where things are going to get wild for us.
Oh, okay.
Number 2,
That's confusing.
Titanoboa.
There's something going on here, Peter. Because did you hear me at the beginning of this? I was like, well, I know what number 1 is. It's Titanoboa.
This would make
That's
Rogan's
right.
head explode. 'cause
Yeah,
he's a big
this is
Titanoboa
interesting.
fan.
So Titanoboa was, I think, around 60 feet, 55 feet.
That's big. See,
Big snake.
I'm sticking with 49.
43.
Okay, I was off still.
43, but still 10 feet longer than the longest modern.
Oh,
snake.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's giant. That's
And-
so big.
And again, I always say this with reptiles when we're explaining it. The difference in like 1 to 2 feet when it comes to reptile can be hundreds to thousands of pounds.
Right.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
difference
that's
between a
crazy.
12-foot crocodile and a 15-foot crocodile is like 1,000+ pounds.
Oh man,
We're talking
Wow.
about a 2,500 pound snake.
Yeah, it's
So, like,
utterly insane.
Anaconda of, we're talking 500 pounds.
Right. No, it's literally bonkers.
2,500 pounds.
Yeah.
five times that. You couldn't even fit it in this studio.
No,
Crazy.
going back and forth, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Crazy.
this is cool because this was only discovered in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah,
So it's
I remember that. I remember when it came out. It was like a big thing.
So it's found in Colombia.
Mhm.
Yep. A diet of crocodiles and river fish. Pretty fucking crazy.
And still, it's one of those things. I don't believe this, but the whole legends of anacondas that are 45 feet long and everything, and everybody's like, "Wow, there's living remnant to Titanoboa." I don't believe that, but people do believe it.
So, but you thought this was going to be number 1,
Absolutely,
But
I was
but-
convinced.
but it's not.
So what-
It's the only. Yeah.
Don't do
Say-
it yet.
say
Do you-
more.
Any idea for the number 1?
No, I thought Titanoboa was by far the largest snake in history. I'm very confused where this is going. to
Well,
be honest.
everyone thought that.
If just before you scroll down, if it's a picture or reference of Patrick's penis, I'm walking off the set. I swear to God. He's
Fair.
like, "This is the biggest snake that ever existed."
It'd be
I'm
brilliant.
Gone. I'm
Fair.
gone. I'm out of here.
That's an Edwin joke.
That's pure
Yeah, it would
comedy.
be. All right, number 1,
What?
Vasuki indicus.
Vasuki indicus.
I-
Never heard of it.
I know nothing. I'm completely stumped.
50 feet.
Oh, this is a
Discovered last month
new.
Oh,
wow.
in
the
India
news.
in a mine. Vasuki indicus would have been 6.5 feet longer than a Titanoboa.
Wow.
I like that it's named Vasuki, which is after the mythical king of serpents in Hinduism.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
47 million years ago it lived.
Yeah.
Had a broad cylindrical body, lived on land, likely an ambush predator,
Dude.
but significantly bigger.
I mean, this thing was eating dinosaurs, right?
Can you pull up a rendering of this thing for me, please, Kyle?
Vasuki indicus.
Oh, man.
Nah, the whole whoever gave it a cobra head's a little.
Well, no, that was Vasuki,
Yeah.
the serpent god, I think.
Yeah. Very cool.
Go to the one with the human in it, Kyle.
Oh my God! Imagine if
If you go
these things
back.
were roaming around.
No. The one that was a rendering with a human size.
Do you think we could be the apex predator if these guys were roaming around still with our tools and guns?
Well,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What if we
Technology trumps and
What-
brain
what-
power trumps everything.
What if we didn't have bombs or explosives?
We don't need it. Just shoot it with a gun.
Okay, no guns either, just bows.
No, we'd be fucked.
Okay, all right.
But that's
Wow.
kind of cool
Thank
that
God
they
for guns.
just discovered a new species in a mine
It's amazing.
in India.
I had
Yeah.
no idea. I'd never heard of it. This is the first time hearing of it. Isn't it sad? Like, that doesn't make news anymore, but I could tell you
I
what the
know.
Kardashians had for breakfast.
yeah,
Like, it's awful.
I mean, two of the highest ranking officials in the U.S. government came out to talk about aliens, and that doesn't make news either. So I feel you.
No, but you're right,
wow.
right? Like you would think this would be massive news.
Yeah, I would think so. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, but okay. So what makes the Titanopolis your favorite snake dinosaur?
Kyle, can you translate whatever he just said?
He asked why you like the Titanoboa.
Gotcha.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. He speaks Peter.
Yeah.
Titanopolis.
He speaks 4 beer post workout Peter.
Until
Post-workout.
Vasuki came along, I loved Titanoboa because it was the idea that in rivers and wetlands of South America was at one point in time a 40+ foot anaconda, which people talk about that today, but it's not realistic. Like the Titana, if you maybe Kyle, there's a Titanoboa modeling, right? Look
It's
at the size of
a
that.
water snake.
Yeah,
though.
they
I
have
think
to
that
be.
makes it extra cool.
They have to be all of them because
Well, they're saying Vasuki was a land snake.
Vasuki
oh
said
really?
land snake.
Is that what they
That's-
said?
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, the
But yeah,
size of a
that's now my new
T-Rex.
favorite.
The Titanoboa was the size of a T-Rex,
And this guy's bigger.
bigger than a T-Rex.
Yeah, I love that.
Why is there not a Jurassic Park with these snakes in it and not the dinosaurs? I would watch that.
Isn't it interesting?
too.
I see
I'd
this
watch
with
the shit out of that.
I see this with my son, and I think it happens. It doesn't matter who you are. I think you have to be a guy. I don't think it's a girl thing. Bigger is better. Fact.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what it is. You're like, that's the biggest. That's the coolest.
Me and Kyle were just talking about how visual like males are. Like everything with us is like you have to see it to understand it. And you see something big, you're like that is the thing.
Right.
Like that's the king. That's the biggest
Literally,
thing.
Titanoboa was my favorite snake until 45 seconds ago. Now it's Vasuki
Yeah,
indicus.
exactly.
Just because it's
Exactly.
6 feet longer. No other reason.
Well, it's it's like the first page. I'm butchering this, but it's close to the quote. But it's like the first page of William Goldman's like famous book about screenwriting, which is like if you are planning to open your movie with the protagonist being chased by a spaceship, just make it 1,000 spaceships that are chasing.
Just make it bigger.
Yeah.
Right. And then people will watch.
Yeah.
exactly.
Makes sense.
Dude,
Makes sense.
it does make sense. And I think it alludes back to the fact that all we're interested in is like Kim Kardashian and her big butt rather than like
Bigger is better.
the snake by all means should be the biggest thing in the news, but Kim Kardashian is bigger because it's like in our head there's so much more attached to it that's bigger, like stardom and celebrity and all this shit.
Not to me.
Are there any snakes that cover this range? India, Africa, Australia, Southern Europe,
No,
South America?
Absolutely not. No. Especially, well, and keep in mind, this is 47 million years ago, right? So during 47 million years ago was Pangea, right?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the right one, but it was when basically everything was connected, right? So if you look at the Earth 47 million years ago, everything was connected. So you could have something that covered that range. You're thinking of something that was on all these different continents. That doesn't exist in snakes in modern day because snakes can't fly. They can't travel over large distances like birds and things like that. So a python, an African rock python, Indian rock python, a Burmese python, a reticulated python, an anaconda, they're all different giant snakes across the world because they've had convergent evolution. They've evolved to be their own version of big snake because they're not able to travel across land masses.
Very
Does that make
cool.
sense?
What are you doing, Pat?
Well,
I want a piece. I've been looking at it the entire podcast.
Snagging?
yeah, I'm gonna have a little snacker.
Thanks.
This is your workout chocolate. How's it going, by the way?
Oh, God, it's a disaster.
I've heard it's
Why-
going
wait,
terrible.
why?
Isn't it?
Dude, it's such a nightmare.
Wait, are
Why?
you serious?
Oh, I'm dead serious. It's an absolute disaster. Don't make a chocolate business, anybody.
It sounds like such a pain in the
Oh,
ass.
my
It
God,
worked for
dude.
Willy Wonka. What are you
Dude,
talking
it's
about?
such a nightmare.
What's wrong?
Okay, well that's interesting because your core competency is not as a food entrepreneur.
That's for sure.
so you
yeah.
you made a business endeavor. I think
look,
I'm actually interested because we haven't talked about it.
I mean, everybody loves the product, right?
very
So
good.
let me give you the old coach's compliment sandwich
thanks.
here. We can't make it fast enough. That's the biggest problem. We sell out immediately, which sounds like a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Except, again, this is the old coach's compliment sandwich. Cocoa prices have risen by 400% since we did this. There's some kind of cocoa shortage. So our cost per
Weird.
bar has skyrocketed. It was an already expensive bar because it's a premium product made with high-end cocoa beans, high-end protein, blah, 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 at an artisan chocolate factory. We don't have enough capital to make the massive bulk orders that would bring the cost down enough. That's all fine and dandy, whatever. It's still going well. It's still selling well. Except guess what? It's midsummer. And guess what these fucking idiots that run this chocolate business didn't think of? When you ship a fucking 12-pack, which is $100 worth of chocolate to Vegas in June, it arrives as soup, and you get some pretty angry people. So we had to get a new 3PL, which is a three-party logistics service, that's packaging it now every time we order with an ice pack. But if they don't overnight it, which is its own set of costs, it still turns into soup.
Yeah.
So,
so
it's
the
just,
chocolate
it's a
cocoa
headache.
prices have risen because of what? Something going on in South America?
Yeah,
or something
some
like that?
shortage of something, bugs, I don't know. Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy how that stuff happens with any sort of agricultural product.
That's all it is. Yeah. And it's all tied to that. So now we have to source beans from somewhere else, and we'd have to go through quality control. And cocoa beans have moth problems. So you have to make sure that they don't have moth infections, because then you can infect an
Who did
entire...
your risk assessment in the business plan?
Well, who do you think?
Was it you?
No. Yeah. Well, yes. Yes, which means nobody did it. But all that being said, I mean, we're selling every bar of chocolate we make. We figured out the melting problem.
It's good.
Everybody likes it. I mean, literally, we have 5-star reviews on Amazon. Like, everything's good. It's just
I've been
a nightmare
eating them
business.
on the elliptical.
Have you? Can I have a piece, actually? It sounds delightful. Just throw me a piece. But yeah, so that's what's going on with workout chocolate.
It's crazy. You know, it's like, do you know why the McRib, very popular McDonald's promotion, is only every once in a while?
I don't.
No idea.
But I know every summer they're like, the McRib is back.
It's a
not every
huge
summer.
thing. They sell tons of them.
Yeah. They only do it when pork prices come down. When pork prices are historically low, it's low enough to fit, they can make the McRib at a low enough cost to where the McDonald's consumer will pay for it.
That's
sense.
weird.
Because pork prices are so transient. They go up and down. There's big swings.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. It
Yeah.
really does.
That's
Yeah.
weird because I didn't know there was actual meat in those.
Yeah.
It's pork.
Thought it was
It's a
gelatin.
rib, baby.
No, but it's all good.
are you gonna
While we're
continue?
talking about it, yeah, I mean, we're going to try. We're trying to keep our heads above water. I've sunk so much money into it. We have to at this
Go
point.
out and buy some workout
Yeah,
chocolate.
get
I
some
feel
workout
bad
chocolate.
now.
Yeah, please
It
help
is
me.
honestly quite good.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
And I
eat it
feel a
on the
lot less
elliptical.
guilt because at least you're claiming there's 18 grams of protein.
I'm not claiming there is, but I'll give you some claims right here. You want some Broscience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Broscience.
Okay. New segment.
When you eat something that's just fat and sugar, your insulin spikes and then drops, right? Your blood sugar spikes and then drops.
Mm.
To combat that, when you have protein in it, it regulates that insulin spike.
Huh. That's interesting.
This is a known thing in the food space. Where the Broscience comes in is we've stuck a bunch of protein in these chocolate bars and beta tested it in the sense of I've sat down and eaten 3 chocolate bars in a single sitting. You don't get that like spike and crash. And I think it's because of the protein we put in it. I think because that's a known thing, it levels it out.
That's also good for your insides too. Like it's bad when your insulin spikes.
Of
So you
course.
want to keep it even keel.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
It's
thing.
Broscience.
I gotta eat a big piece of chicken every time I have like a sweet now.
Yeah,
But-
otherwise you feel like shit.
So you've been on a little kick, Peter, since your organs failed.
Yeah.
And I want to see if I can find it. I'm going to see if I can find this. But
What do you got?
because what did you say your biggest issue with your diet was?
At nighttime, I go down into the kitchen and I eat ice cream and boxes of cookies, anything
Do
that's
you?
there that's sweet.
All the time?
Well, I was. Now I like do it maybe once a week because I still am an addict to it. I wake up out of a dead ass sleep and I'm voracious to eat something sweet that's not fruit. I
I
tried.
was just going to say, put fruit in the
I
fridge.
tried to replace it with fruit, and I'm just like, ugh.
It's not the
Hey,
same.
can you try this? Can I give you one idea?
Workout chocolate.
No, well, that too. Yes, workout chocolate. Now get yours. Spoon of honey.
Oh, that's smart.
Because I swear to God, you get that same sugar hit that you want from like refined sugar, but it's honey
Yeah.
and it's not as
Well,
bad
do you
for you.
think so? You're using an app called In the Zone.
Sure, yeah.
What is this app called?
That's the Fitbit app.
Okay, so he's tracking his food on a Fitbit, and you can be very specific.
I didn't know.
And it tells him whether
Oh, fuck you. I sent you that in confidence, you son of a bitch.
I mean, if you don't want me to read it, I won't.
Too late now.
It's pretty funny.
We're this
it's very
deep in.
cute.
No,
We're
go
this
ahead.
deep in. You've got
It's very cute here. So
Cute.
Peter had a dinner of 640 calories.
Mhm.
He had ground chicken. Very reasonable dinner for a man whose organs hurt. So then he woke up in the middle of the night and had an evening snack
Okay.
that consisted of 1,528 calories.
Oh my God, Peter.
I was still at a deficit.
Wait, can I tell you what he ate?
Oh, boy.
What he did here in the middle of the night?
Please.
So he
What time was this? Is there a time log?
It doesn't say, but
This is 1 a.m. at
Oh, my
least,
God.
maybe 2.
all right. So he started out with a hazy little thing IPA.
No way. This is what you did at 1. You woke up and grabbed a hazy IPA.
No,
I can
I'll pull these
identify
up on
with.
screen.
I can identify with that.
Yeah, so I mean, some of these are from earlier in the night, but
Okay. Okay.
some of
I don't believe that.
we started at about
Okay.
10.
Wakes up, grabs a hazy.
And well, this is I'm imagining that he's in his kitchen with a flashlight, tiptoeing.
Well,
Yes,
my
in
phone
boxers.
light and in boxers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He then had an apple.
Okay. That's fine. That balances it out.
Then he had another hazy little thing IPA.
That's good.
By the way, they're 240 some calories
214
each. 214.
Then he had chocolatey cat's cookie.
Oh my god!
Well, I don't
my
know what
wife
this
was
is.
so mad at me.
What
I
is that?
ate
Is that like a kid's product?
Yeah, it's the kid's fucking treat. I was eating it like a savage.
I eat my kids' string cheese.
That's
Oh,
constantly.
There it
those
is.
are delicious.
That's right. They're
Yeah.
delicious.
You had a serving of chocolatey cats.
One serving. How many cookies in a serving, Peter?
I think 13 or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably
13
see it right
cookies.
there on the
15.
back.
Yeah.
15.
So then he grabbed some organic animal crackers.
Oof. Wife was really mad. I ate half the package.
Then you had, I don't even know what this is, cinnamon school book?
Cinnamon. Are those cinnamon? Those are probably cinnamon graham crackers.
Yeah, it says cinnamon.
How many cracker varieties do you keep in your pantry?
I mean, they're all for his kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh, there they are. Cinnamon
That's
school
them.
book cookies.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
them.
I've never seen those.
Yeah,
So
that's them.
you had a serving of that. But my question is, how many glasses of milk did you have? Because you had 450 calories of milk.
3.
To wash down your hazy IPA.
One for each cracker
Yeah,
product.
it was 3. It's 150 per cup of whole milk, and
Okay.
that's also my child's drink.
Yeah, of course.
You had 24 ounces of whole milk.
That's
But
wild.
look, I'm still under the calorie deficit.
You are. Because it
right.
seems like what happened was you didn't eat all day.
That's right.
woke up starving.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a problem because if I do eat earlier in the day, I still like might do this, but I'll eat like one of those things.
Got it.
But I don't. Like I'm not hungry until like 4 p.m., dude.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I know I need to eat. I need to shovel. But even if I eat during that time, I don't eat enough. Like I would never eat 1,500 calories during the day.
Right.
For some reason. I don't know why. And then at night, like, and it should be the opposite, man. That's why I still have this fucking gut.
Dude, you got to fill yourself up with some high fat, high protein early. I'm dead
You want me
serious.
to eat one of these workout
No,
chocolates
I'm
first
not
thing?
talking about that. I'm talking about making yourself a steak for breakfast. I'm dead serious.
It sounds disgusting.
Listen
I
to me.
could
Hear
never.
me out.
Choke it down.
If
Hear
I
me
was
out.
drunk the night before,
Hear
it's
me
the
out.
only way.
Hear me out. Your problem is you're not eating much all day,
No problems
and then
here.
you're starving at night.
It's true.
Right?
That is the issue.
Okay, so if you give yourself something high protein and high fat, you don't feel nearly as hungry or have nearly as many cravings at all.
Yeah.
And if you're waiting and waiting and waiting, then you're going to overeat.
Yep.
But if you eat early, I'm not saying wake up at 5 a.m. and have a steak. I'm
Right,
saying
right.
at 11,
Yeah.
grill yourself up a little steak and 2 eggs, and it's high fat, high protein. It's
Yeah.
still high calorie. It's not like a chicken breast.
Yeah,
But that's
totally.
going to keep you feeling full so you don't do that to yourself.
The cinnamon. Those look good, by the way.
They're
Yeah, they
tasty.
do.
I
They do.
will say this.
Dunked in milk.
Oof.
There's a real issue I have because my wife gets really mad at me because I eat all this stuff, right? But ever since
Well, yeah, you're eating the children's
hold
food.
on, stop. Before we even had kids, she buys all this stuff, right? And then her method of eating this stuff is keep it in there basically until it goes bad and snack on it once in a while.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how she was raised. It's like so insanely different. Like it's insane to me that somebody would buy like 300 different kinds of cookies and snacks and then just like
Keep them in there for months.
maybe like half a year. And so I'm like, so it's been a really big point of contention because of course, at the beginning, it was horrible. I was eating them all right away. Now I like leave it.
Well, because you know that there'll be hell to pay.
But
Yeah.
she gets furious at me even after like a month or a month and a half that these have been in there. And finally, I just say, fuck it. I'm eating this entire half of cinnamon cookies.
I'm the same way as you. One container of that category.
Yeah.
Eat it until it's gone
Then
as
the
quickly
next
as you
one.
want.
Yeah.
Then a new one.
Yeah.
Not 17
Well,
varieties
that's
of
completely
cinnamon
agree.
cookie.
But you don't have 17 varieties of cinnamon cookie in your house.
No, but I will say my wife and I have a big food problem too. And it's
Yeah.
that I grew up not completely poor. We
Yeah.
weren't, living in our car, but she had a lot more resources at her disposal.
Yeah.
And a mother who loved her.
Yeah,
Mean.
so did I. But she will fucking make a pot of something like a chicken soup
Yeah.
Mhm.
and is fine eating that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for as many days as it takes until it's gone without any second thought.
Okay.
She can eat the same food because it's there and it's
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
every meal.
I'm like your
can't-
wife in that regard.
Yeah.
I hate you both.
Well, no,
I hate it. I must have variety each meal.
Yeah.
the
fair
problem
enough.
with me is that my wife will do that exactly with like chicken soup. It's a huge vat. Though I'll just eat that every day in addition to all of these
Yeah,
other
then you
things.
eat the other things as well. Now,
Yeah.
last thing on food, and then we'll wrap up
We
here.
did talk about animal crackers. I consider that,
That
animal
counts.
podcast
That counts.
Exactly.
banter.
So my wife has this thing called moderation that I've never experienced.
Yeah.
She can literally make a box like a box of Oreos last 6 weeks.
This
like,
is what I'm talking
she's
about.
One
She's an
Oreo a
idiot.
day. I
She's
don't.
dumb.
It's insane to
Dumb.
me. If there's Oreos in the house, I'm going to eat them as quickly as physically possible.
Yeah, two sittings maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
With,
You've got a
with
nice
9
glass
glasses of milk,
That's
like
right.
Peter.
Whole
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god,
dude,
it's so good.
I got into we didn't actually punch each other because we didn't actually play rugby. So like if me and my friend like in college like really got into it, it would just be like a hard wrestling match until someone was pinned down and you do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But it was because
I remember those.
we had smoked a bunch of
Are
weed.
you done? Are you done?
We'd
Yeah.
smoked a bunch of weed, and my friend Matt Marks opens a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. And it's like
stuff.
2, 3 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, amazing. Takes a Dorito and then passes the bag.
Oh.
And I'm like watching him eat it, and then I kind of offer him the bag back, and he's like, "No, I'm good."
Oh god.
What?
And I lost my mind. I was like,
It's not
"Eat-"
believable.
I was like, "Eat."
You attacked
Another
him?
No, I just was like, "Eat another one." He's like, "Nah."
no
I was
way.
like, "No, you're gonna eat one right now." And he was
Oh
like,
my
"Nope." And I
God.
was like standing over him. I was like, "Put your hand in the bag." I was like trying to shove his hand in
He's
the
having
bag.
like a full blown weed panic
Yeah.
attack.
Can you imagine though?
No, absolutely not.
Who
I've
would do that?
never succeeded at that in my entire life.
Yeah,
No,
a sociopath.
It's
That's-
impossible.
yeah, he needs to get checked out.
Yeah. Well, this has
30
been
years
fun.
later, he's got to get checked out
Yeah,
about that
it's
Dorito
not right.
incident.
Hey,
Jinx.
Jinx, you owe me a BJ.
Yo,
I get to do
$5,000.
Don't be crazy. Where's my
smart.
camera? Be smart. We're giving away cash. I have no idea how many people have even made a video yet. Make a Leatherman video.
Mm.
Put it on Instagram. Tag us. Tag at Leatherman Tools.
It's your last chance. Do it the
Use
next couple
the promo
days.
code if you need a Leatherman or 4.
Yep.
Is what Forrest recommends.
Wild times
Enter
10.
the contest. Get involved. Make us laugh. You got a chance to win $5,000. Cash. Easy. Boom. In your account. Take a trip.
Take a trip.
Good
Do
night,
it.
everybody.
Good night. Wild times.
.club/
Info.
I don't know. Who knows?
Sure.
Who cares?
It all sounded like a
problems
Who
question.
cares?
No problems here.
I hate that everyone uses that now.
I mean, it's the best.